We enjoyed it on the way back down the road. It's a funny, our only overnight trip of the whole season. It happened to be on Boxing Day, but it certainly made it worthwhile with the boys' commitment and dedication to it, and never say die attitude. And I think I thoroughly deserved 3 points in the end. Yeah, it's the closeness that they have. You've got boys that are driven to do well for the football club and personally as well. That's we like boys with appetite, and it certainly showed that in abundance. It's one of those games we thought might just get away from us because with so many opportunities that we didn't take, and it was just starting to peter out a wee bit before Ross came on and showed everybody how it was done. No, and we're in control of that situation as well. And again we have to go and take the game to Accies. It'll be a completely different game again. It's a local derby. It'll be 100 mile an hour, but we have to make sure we control the game, try and take the game and put our way of playing and get the ball into wide areas and hopefully do our damage there. And as you said, if you'd said to me at the start of the season we'd be sitting third, probably would have liked to have been sitting third, but realistically probably wouldn't have believed that. Yeah, I said it to the guys yesterday, so they're going to be bored with my comments again. We work in 4 game blocks, and that's the end of one of the 4 game blocks, so we got 9 points from that block, and we start another one now against Accies, so we want to get off to a good start to that. And I keep saying it, reiterating it, if you get carried away in football, you stop doing the things that you do well, then suddenly you start falling down the table again. And it's the same for players, realising why they played so well yesterday, why they created so many chances, and sometimes they take for granted. So we'll show them that again this morning, and most of it was hard work and endeavour and running beyond people, and that's what we have to keep doing. I think we have to weather the storm. It will be 100 mile an hour, as all derbies are. I think we've got the quality on the side to take the game to them. I've watched the Accies play quite a few times. They've got some very good footballers in the team. Their position doesn't really relay how they have been playing. Their performances have been decent. I'm sure Brian will feel that as well. So it's not, everybody thinks you're sitting third in the league, Accies are down the bottom of the league. That's not the case. That goes out the window on Derby Day. The fans will be right up for it. There'll be a good atmosphere, and we're hoping it'll come out in their numbers and support us before the winter break. But ultimately it'll come down to who manages the game best, not to get caught up in the emotion of it, and make sure that we, as we say, we play our game, play with a cool and calmness about us, which we have done in previous weeks. I think listen, Ross was fantastic. I'm delighted for him. I said after the game, it's for every young player when they get a bit of disappointment in modern society now. When young people get disappointed, they seem to give up. And now you've got a boy who's came down, moved 4 hours down the road, not getting paid an incredibly lot of money. Certainly not life changing, and he just dedicated himself to getting his career back on track again, and he got his rewards in a small way on yesterday. And has he given me a problem in terms of starting selection? No, not yet. But if he continues doing what he's doing, then he certainly will. Devontae will have to look at and see whether he's fit enough, or I stick with the boys that were in the squad that done so well for me. Chris will do a late fitness test on Saturday, where hopefully he'll be fit. Liam Donnelly and Christy Menzinga may miss out as well, with injuries. So we've got quite a few injuries as well, but we're just getting on with it and giving other people opportunities, and they're certainly taking it. We're down the road already. We're trying to get somebody in. We don't have masses amount of money to spend and go and spend and buy 3 and 4 players. I feel we've still got players to come back in the squad. Charles Dunn, David Turnbull, Christian Illich, Christy Menzinga, who's been on and off injured. So we have to try and bring a striker in, and I think I'm quite close to doing that.